The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that there may be more plot twists on the horizon where the Alan Laurent/Martin Laurent twin switch is concerned. While fans have had a sneaking suspicion that Alan was the twin that died when the two brothers took a tumble off that Paris balcony last year, and Martin did a quick switcheroo before heading back into the house, there might be more to this story than meets the eye. Time to speculate. How has Martin Laurent kept his composure this whole time? Some fans have seen small hints of Martin since the Paris balcony tumble, and could see this twin storyline switcheroo from a mile away. Still, overall, if Martin has been parading around like Alan this entire time, how has he not snapped until just recently? When Alan returned to canvas the week of March 10-14, which coincidentally also revealed he was Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman's kidnapper, he and Tracy had been separated for a hot minute. It was explained they hadn't seen each other in a while, as she was in New York with work, and he was in DC. Martin has been alive all along, but looming in the shadows. During the Young and the Restless preview for the week of March 24-28, a clip is shown of Tracy crying to Jack Abbott at Crimson that Alan doesn't seem like Alan. As they were separated for a while, could it be that Martin survived the balcony fall and had been alive all these months but lingering in the shadows? Could he have kidnapped Alan while the man was in DC? How is it that Martin has been able to keep his composure this entire time with Tracy, only to snap now? How is it that Tracy finally sees red flags in Alan's behavior, only now? Unless she has been with and fallen in love with Alan, only for Martin to switch only recently. In terms of Martin knowing about Phyllis and Sharon's history, even Alan wasn't that privy to this information when he hypothesized Sharon back in December 2024. Maybe Martin found news articles about the story online while hiding and became obsessed. Maybe he found out his brother helped Sharon, and this is what triggered him to concoct this plan. Is the real Alan alive? Could Martin have only recently switched leaves with him? Could he be held hostage somewhere? Comment below. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that the haunting history between Victor Newman and Aristotle Dumas is set to come to light. Michael Baldwin will uncover the hidden connections that Victor has with Aristotle, so let's delve into what lies ahead. Michael will become curious during a conversation with Victor. In the week of March 24-28, Michael will engage in a conversation with Victor that piques his interest. Victor will drop a hint about Aristotle, referencing their past connection. It sounds like you and Dumas share a history I'm not aware of, Michael remarks to Victor in the weekly preview video for Y&R. Victor will respond with a frown, acknowledging that he does have a past with Aristotle Dumas, but it seems those memories are anything but pleasant. It's likely that whatever dealings Victor had with Aristotle ended on a sour note, and they could have been something that turned very ugly, and perhaps Victor wasn't the winner. Given Victor's reputation for being ruthless, it's plausible that he took action against Aristotle, sparking a rivalry, and who knows, maybe he met his match in Aristotle, considering Victor has pride. Victor has no problems playing dirty. It's widely recognized that Victor isn't afraid to dive into the mess of corporate politics. However, it's possible that Aristotle was the one who turned Victor into an adversary to begin with. Perhaps there was an incident in the past where Aristotle engaged in underhanded tactics, sparking their long-standing rivalry. If that were the case, Victor might have responded decisively, leading Aristotle to nurse his bruises until now. During this time, Aristotle could have been plotting his comeback, growing in strength for revenge. Still, Victor may find himself anxious about the chance of Aristotle seeking retribution over lingering resentments. Troubling situations could be ahead. Worrisome developments may be on the horizon, depending on what Aristotle has planned. Although the conflict between Victor and Aristotle seems to have settled, Victor is likely to remain anxious about the safety of everyone at Winters, especially now that Damian Kane's connection to Aristotle has come to light. The CBS soap is clearly portraying Aristotle as a shady and enigmatic figure skilled in manipulation. It appears that Aristotle might be on his way to becoming a new antagonist in Genoa City, so keep an eye out for further updates on his intentions. Upcoming spoilers indicate that Victor will reveal his past with Aristotle Dumas and share some unsettling predictions about his capabilities, so be sure not to miss what's coming next. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease Sharon Newman may have 4 new potential love interests to explore. Who will assist her in moving forward from Nick Newman after he has rejected the idea of getting back together? Nick shut down a reconciliation. Sharon may reconnect with another ex on canvas, but let's explore some exciting new romantic options instead. It's refreshing when the show introduces new dynamics, so here are some potential love interests for Sharon. After Nick made it clear that a reconciliation isn't in the cards, we can identify at least 4 new romantic avenues for her. Sharon made an effort to persuade Nick to join her and Faith Newman on a trip to London and inquired about their relationship. While Nick values her and their family, the past holds too many painful memories for him to consider getting back together. Bachelor number 1 Holden Novak. Holden Novak clearly wants to rekindle his relationship with Audra Charles, but she might resist since she is involved with Nate Hastings. While Holden has also shown interest in Claire Newman, she is committed to Kyle Abbott and may not be open to other options. It's likely that Holden could seek a passionate encounter elsewhere. Although it might not lead to anything serious, there could be some chemistry between Sharon and Holden if they get the opportunity. Should the show allow Holden and Sharon to become intimate? Bachelor number 2 Damian Kane. Damian Kane is a fresh face on the scene, currently single and ready to mingle. While he has his eyes set on Lily Winters, their relationship is likely to encounter significant challenges ahead. Damian is hiding certain aspects of his intentions, which could lead to Lily's disappointment when the truth is revealed. Should Lily decide to turn Damian down, even temporarily, he might find himself with someone else. How do you feel about the possibility of a brief encounter between Sharon and Damian, perhaps just for one night? Bachelor number 3 Aristotle Dumas. There has been considerable speculation surrounding the character of Aristotle Dumas, who has yet to be cast. This opens the door for Sharon to potentially become a romantic interest for him when he eventually arrives in Genoa City. It could be intriguing to witness Sharon develop feelings for this enigmatic business mogul, possibly revealing a more tender side to his character. However, we are operating under the assumption that he is unattached, which may not be the case. Additionally, there could be various factors that might make him an unsuitable match, especially since we have no idea what he looks like or whether he is even available. Bachelor number 4 Daniel Romalotti. While Daniel Romalotti Jr. is certainly a familiar face on the canvas, his potential romance with Sharon could bring a fresh twist if Y&R chooses to explore it. Could Sharon and Daniel form a strong connection after overcoming their past struggles? What better way to challenge the new bond between Sharon and Phyllis Summers than by igniting a spark between Sharon and her son? Regardless, upcoming spoilers indicate that Sharon is ready to move on from Nick, but who will assist her in taking that first step? As Sharon contemplates her future and makes some predictions, stay tuned for any exciting romantic developments that may be on the horizon. Yesterday, news came that Daytime had lost beloved the young and the restless vet Wings Hauser, who passed away on March 15, and longtime viewers will remember him for playing Nikki's first husband, Greg Foster. Melody Thomas Scott took to her official Instagram page to pay tribute to the man she adored, as fans recalled her on-screen romance with the actor. "I'm so sorry to learn of the passing of my dear friend, Wings Hauser," Scott began then went on to say how much they loved working together. Thinking back to him playing her character's first husband, she recalled walking over to farmers market together every morning to have breakfast at Dupar's. Scott noted that Hauser would have his script for that day always rolled up in his back pocket, and how she would laugh at his belief that he would learn his lines through osmosis, which always seemed to work. Of the many powerful scenes they shared together, Scott continued, "He was so talented and showed me the ropes. He would bring his children, Cole Hauser, Yellowstone's Rip, and Bright, to my house on weekends and have a blast." That in itself, spending time with his children and getting to know his family while working closely with him at the studio every day, made their relationship all the more special. The show was only a half hour then, but it was magical, she added. The beginning of the great heights that Y&R has reached. I adored him and will forever cherish his memory. R.I.P. my friend. We send Hauser's wife collie Lily, his kids Cole and Bright, their family and friends our deepest condolences. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 24, indicate some bombshells as a new week in Genoa City kicks off. There's a preemption notice fans should take note of, while one character reveals a past conflict and someone realizes something is off with their boyfriend. Time to dive in and see what kind of drama will unfold during Monday's show. Preemption alert. The Young and the Restless will be preempted on Friday, March 21 due to March Madness, the NCAA college basketball tournament. It was also preempted for Thursday's show. However, the good news is that the soap will be back to its regularly scheduled programming as of Monday, March 24. Victor Newman's Bad Blood with Aristotle Dumas. Meanwhile, the Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that there is some history fans may not be aware of between Aristotle Dumas and the great Victor Newman. During the preview video for the week of March 24-28, a clip is shown of the mustache with his lawyer and confidante, Michael Baldwin. The two are at the GCAC together when Michael notes, "That makes it sound like you and Dumas have a history I don't know about," where Victor replies, "Yes, we do." Tracy Abbott's Epiphany. Across town, the soap promo for the week of March 24-28 also reveals a clip between Tracy Abbott and Jack Abbott at Crimson. Jack's sister is quite emotional, as she states, "It's about Alan." When Jack asks, "What about Alan?" This is when Tracy goes on to say that she's not sure that Alan is who he says he is. Could Alan do something that raises some red flags? Will she finally figure out that Alan is really his twin brother, Martin Lawrence, before someone gets hurt? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Who are you most interested in seeing during Monday's show? Comment below. Check out the CBS Soap Daily to catch all the drama in Genoa City and visit SOS often for the best Young and the Restless updates, news, and spoilers. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Diane Jenkins Abbott may say 7 fierce words to Summer Newman. Kyle Abbott's mom may try to shut down Summer's reunion plot with a bold warning, so let's consider how things might play out. Summer can deny it all she wants, but she's clearly hoping to get back together with Kyle. That's why Summer's been so quick to make negative predictions about Kyle and Claire Newman's future as a couple. The closer Kyle gets to Claire, the more Summer seems to want another chance with him. Y&R fans know Summer and Kyle's marriage ended in heartbreak, but she apparently thinks they can rise above their past mistakes and do things right this time. Summer will no doubt kick her reunion efforts up a notch in the coming weeks, and once that happens, it could lead to Diane's intervention. Diane is quite protective of Kyle and surely won't approve of Summer rocking the boat in his current romance. Although Diane has voiced some concerns about Victor Newman, Eric Breeden, sabotaging Kyle and Claire's relationship, that doesn't mean she wants the two of them to break up. Claire was instrumental in helping Diane and Kyle repair their shattered bond, so Diane owes her for that. Plus, Kyle seems genuinely happy with Claire, so Diane should be highly motivated to preserve her son's blissful bubble. Summer poses a threat that Diane won't appreciate, so she may face off with her former daughter-in-law down the road. There may come a point when Summer takes things too far, so Diane may feel the need to intervene and put Summer in her place. If that's the case, Diane could easily say these 7 fierce words to Summer: "Back off, Kyle, or you'll be sorry." Diane's mama bear side may take over as she delivers a stern warning. That doesn't mean Summer will listen, but Diane could let the claws come out and at least try to shut down Kyle's ex-wife. The young and the restless spoilers say Summer may have to make some updates to her tactics sooner or later, so stay tuned for any major romantic news ahead. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that Adam Newman could be on the verge of a scandalous discovery. If one storyline is building up to a cheating twist, Adam could blow up 5 leaves by exposing a major secret. Y and R fans know Phyllis Summers was already longing for Billy Abbott before her kidnapping ordeal. Phyllis had a romantic dream about Billy and surprised herself in the process. Of course, now Phyllis is even more drawn to Billy, who helps save her from captivity. Billy will continue to serve as Phyllis' lifeline, and will really be the one person she feels she can count on in the coming episodes. The show has to be going somewhere with all this Phyllis and Billy bonding. There's a good chance some temptation is on the horizon for these exes, so that could lead to Billy and Phyllis surrendering to some passion. Whether Phyllis and Billy share a kiss or something more, their reconnection story could lead to them crossing a line. Deep down, Adam still wants revenge on Billy and will keep going after him professionally. However, Adam might have an opportunity to go after Billy in a more personal way as well. If Billy and Phyllis do share a lip lock or even hook up, Adam might find out about it. It's easy to imagine Adam playing dirty by recording a forbidden smooch or something along those lines. Adam might go public with the scandal, or at least show Sally Spectra proof that Billy isn't the loyal guy she thinks he is. If Adam uses Phyllis and Billy's inappropriate bond against them, he could derail 5 leaves in the process. Sally, Billy, Phyllis, Chelsea Lawson, and even Adam himself could be affected by all this. Chelsea might accuse Adam of being hung up on Sally and suspect that's the real motive behind his vengeful actions. Sally could also dump Billy and leave him wondering whether his future is with Phyllis, so there'd be a lot for them to unpack emotionally. Whatever the case, Billy and Phyllis' storyline seems like a scandal in the making. If that's true, someone will inevitably expose any cheating that goes down, and that someone could be Adam. The young and the restless spoilers say Adam will make more predictions about Billy's downfall, so stay tuned for updates on any scandalous news to come. S the place to be for great young and the restless spoilers, news and updates, so make us your favorite Y and R hotspot. The young and the restless spoilers hint that Sally Spectra could turn to Nick Newman after a split from Billy Abbott. Will Sally decide she wants her stable Newman back and seek a romantic reunion? There was a time when Sally was happy with Nick by her side, but she ultimately moved forward with Adam Newman. That clearly ended in heartbreak since Adam cheated on Sally with Chelsea Lawson. Now Sally may face similar devastation if Billy stays on this path with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Sally has tried to protect her heart, but she's failed since she's fallen pretty hard for Billy at this point. That means it's going to be rough on Sally if Billy betrays her with his former flame. Billy and Phyllis might cross the line eventually, so that could send Sally into the arms of a former flame too. In Y and R's March 19 episode, Nick did his best to let Sharon Newman down gently and keep her in the friend zone. Since Sharon and Nick's reunion doesn't appear to be happening, perhaps Nick could reunite with a different ex instead. Nick is always going to care about Sally, so he could at least step up for her as a pal once things fall apart with Billy. That could lead to some temptation on both sides and leave Sally asking Nick if maybe they could have another chance to be together. Would Adam burn with jealousy if Sally reunited with Nick? Could that affect Adam's relationship with Chelsea and stir up some trouble? Regardless, Nick is single and shows no signs of re-entering a romance with Sharon anytime soon. Sally may be on the verge of single status, as well if Billy blows up their relationship, so it's possible she'll drift back in Nick's direction. Once Sally's forced to watch Billy repeatedly rescue Phillies and strengthen their bond, it could leave Sally making some concerned predictions about their future. If Billy betrays Sally in the end, that could put her on a different romantic road, perhaps one that could lead back to Nick. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sally has some tough emotions headed her way, so stay tuned for updates on any heartbreaking news that could change the course of her life. Fans of The Young and the Restless may be surprised to find the show preempted on March 20 and 21, 2025. This temporary interruption is due to CBS coverage of NSGA's March Madness basketball tournament, a yearly event that often disrupts regular programming. Such preemptions are common during this period, but rest assured, the drama of Genoa City will resume shortly. Viewers can expect The Young and the Restless to return on Monday, March 24, 2025. The storyline will pick up exactly where it left off, ensuring fans won't miss any developments. This brief hiatus allows CBS to broadcast the widely anticipated college basketball games, but your favorite soap will be back soon. The Young and the Restless. What to expect in upcoming episodes? Upon its return, The Young and the Restless promises compelling storylines that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Phyllis Summers will struggle emotionally after her recent kidnapping ordeal. She finds herself in crisis, unsure of how to cope with the trauma. Seeking support, she turns to Billy Abbott, who provides a listening ear, but their connection might stir up old emotions. Meanwhile, Tracy Abbott begins to doubt her fiancé, Alan Laurent. She suspects he may not be who he claims to be and starts digging for the truth. Concerned, she confides in her brother, Jack Abbott, leading to possible revelations that could shake her world. If her instincts are right, Tracy might be on the brink of uncovering a shocking deception. Victor Newman will also take center stage as he reveals a past connection with businessman Aristotle Dumas. This revelation could bring unexpected conflicts and strategic moves that may reshape the power dynamics in Genoa City. With Victor's history of control and manipulation, this bombshell is bound to have far-reaching consequences. While the temporary preemption of The Young and the Restless may be inconvenient, it's a brief pause for the excitement of March Madness. The show will resume on March 24, 2025, bringing back all the suspense and emotion that viewers love. Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for the latest updates and spoilers on The Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Damian Kane's and Lily Winter's relationship could be threatened. What if Damian's secret business partner is someone from Lily's past or ex-husband and father of her children, Kane Ashby? Kane was a popular character a few years back. Kane was a beloved character on the CBS soap opera from 2007 to 2019. This reformed con artist who became a businessman captured the hearts of fans, particularly due to his connection with Lily. It has been 5 years since his last appearance, and now is the perfect moment for his comeback to stir up some drama. The last time viewers of Y and R encountered Kane, he departed to seek out his father, Colin Atkinson, who attempted to pilfer Devon Winter's inheritance. Since that time, there have been no updates regarding Colin or Kane. Nevertheless, the possibility of his return remains, and it could happen much sooner than expected. Who could Damian's secret business partner be? Lately, there has been a surge of curiosity surrounding Damian's mysterious business associate, Aristotle Dumas, who has yet to be cast. Fans are buzzing with theories, particularly the idea that Aristotle could be a character from Genoa City's past, with many believing it might be Kane. If Kane turns out to be Damian's hidden partner, it would create a thrilling twist, paving the way for intense drama. Once a leading figure in Genoa City's business scene, Cain faced ostracism due to his questionable past. However, if he is indeed Aristotle, he could find himself in high demand, with the Newmans, Winters, and Chancellor all eager to collaborate with him. A second chance for Lane. Cain is poised to reclaim his professional success, but his personal life presents a different challenge. He is determined to win back his ex-wife, Lily. However, Lily is currently in a serious relationship with Damian, who will find himself in a tough position upon discovering that Cain is her former husband. He will face a conflict between nurturing his romance with Lily and maintaining his friendship with Cain. Meanwhile, Lily will be taken aback by Cain's unexpected return the last time they met. She firmly stated that they should move on and not rekindle their relationship. Yet, Cain's presence is sure to stir up lingering emotions. Will Lily sacrifice a promising new love for the chance to reconnect with her past? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Claire Newman's potential pregnancy may be the key to stopping Summer Newman. Could Kyle Abbott's baby forge a lasting connection with Claire and alter everything, something that will tie them by blood? Summer and Kyle have a forever link in Harrison Abbott. Summer shares an unbreakable bond with Kyle, forged through their co-parenting of Harrison Abbott. As Harrison's adoptive mother, Summer will always have a connection to Kyle through their child. Fans of Y&R have noticed that Summer has been leveraging this relationship with Harrison to her benefit recently. Claire, who also cares for Harrison, is aware that this is a strategy Summer can employ without facing significant resistance from Kyle and his girlfriend. However, Claire is perceptive and can see through Summer's intentions, and she is not pleased about it. Claire's trying to hide her insecurities, but they're creeping up on her. Even though Claire tries to project confidence, her insecurities are becoming increasingly apparent and could potentially escalate into larger issues. Victor Newman has been emphasizing the importance of Summer and Kyle presenting a united front for Harrison's benefit. While Victor would ideally like to see both of his granddaughters free from Kyle, he clearly prefers Kyle to be with Summer rather than Claire. However, Claire might find a way to even the odds against Summer. With all the attention on the connection between Harrison, Kyle, and Summer, could Claire find herself pregnant, creating a lasting bond with Kyle? Interestingly, Claire's sneaky side could emerge. It could be intriguing to see Claire's mischievous side emerge in this scenario. After all, Jordan raised her, so that aspect of her personality is undoubtedly lurking beneath the surface, eager for a fresh storyline. What if Claire intentionally got pregnant, hoping it would secure her future with Kyle? If Summer finds Claire expecting Kyle's child, she could certainly accuse her of manipulation. Even if Claire's pregnancy results from an accidental birth control failure, Summer could still hurl accusations, intensifying their rivalry. Perhaps Summer might even attempt to influence Kyle's thoughts, suggesting that Claire is trying to ensnare him. A pregnancy is possible at any time now for Kyle and Claire. Regardless of the circumstances, Kyle and Claire have been sharing a bed for some time, paving the way for a potential pregnancy storyline if Y&R decides to explore that route. Upcoming spoilers indicate that Victor will persist in making grim forecasts about the future of Kyle and Claire, but will his predictions hold true? Could a baby for Kyle and Claire be the turning point Claire has been waiting for? The love triangle involving Summer, Kyle, and Claire is bound to take unexpected turns, so keep an eye out for any exciting developments on the horizon. The actor, who is the father of Yellowstone's Cole Hauser, made a lasting impression on fans of The Young and the Restless in the late 1970s when he succeeded future Knots Landing star James Houghton, who recently passed away, and Brian Kerwin in the role of Jill's brother, attorney Greg Foster, who became impetuous Nikki's first husband. Though Hauser was recast in 1981, he returned to the soap twice. In 2003, he brought Greg back to Genoa City to be with mom, Liz, ahead of her brain surgery, and to tell Jill that she was adopted. 7 years later, he retraced his steps to his old stomping grounds when Liz became fatally ill. But of course, Hauser's career extends far beyond daytime. The erstwhile Gerald Dwight Hauser not only played the bad guy in 1982's Vice Squad, he performed the movie's theme song, Neon Slime. A year afterward, he wrote the story for the hit film Uncommon Valor. Other credits include Hear No Evil, A Soldier's Story, Tough Guys Don't Dance, and JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. In primetime, Hauser amassed a long list of guest appearances on series ranging from Monk to Murder, She Wrote to Beverly Hills, 90,210. In addition to Cole Hauser, the deceased is survived by a daughter from his first marriage, as well as his fourth wife, Collie Lily Hauser. Her Facebook post read that his one-of-a-kind, legendary career spanned 58 years in movies, TV, and music, working alongside many of the greatest artists in the industry and earning their respect. The Young and the Restless. One of the most intense episodes of the season revolves around the relationship between Summer Newman, Kyle Abbott, and her mother, Phyllis Summers. The story becomes increasingly complicated as Jack Abbott and Billy Abbott each face their own issues, while Michael Baldwin also begins investigating Phyllis's unstable behavior. All of these elements create an engaging story full of drama and keep viewers glued to the screen. Jack Abbott and Billy Abbott, the tense confrontation. Jack Abbott has always been a clear-headed person who can handle difficult situations well, but now he is facing serious challenges that may threaten the stability of the Abbott family. A series of events makes Jack worry about the decisions he has made in the past. Suspicions about family secrets and internal conflicts begin to flare up, making Jack feel like he is in a spiral that is difficult to escape. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott, Jack's brother, cannot sit still when his family is in danger. Billy has always been the one to rush to the rescue when a loved one is in trouble, and this time is no exception. Despite having conflicts with Jack in the past, Billy knows that when the Abbott family is threatened, he cannot stand aside. Billy begins to take strong action to save the situation, but will his efforts be enough to prevent the dangers lurking in the Abbott family? Phyllis Summers, an uncontrollable concern. Phyllis Summers, with her strong and sometimes unstable personality, has always been a complex character on The Young and the Restless. However, recently she seems to be experiencing more serious psychological problems. Phyllis's unstable behavior has become a growing concern not only for her family, but also for those around her. Summer, Phyllis's daughter, is increasingly worried and feels helpless in trying to support her mother. The signs of instability in Phyllis's behavior cannot go unnoticed, and this prompts Michael Baldwin, a talented lawyer, to investigate. Although Michael is highly intelligent and capable of uncovering hidden truths, will he be able to handle the complexity of this situation? Phyllis is not someone who easily reveals her secrets, and while investigating, Michael will have to face many challenges and risks. Summer and Kyle, a lasting love. Amidst family difficulties, Summer finds herself increasingly relying on Kyle Abbott. Their relationship, although stormy in the past, begins to grow stronger. Summer is deeply worried about her mother's behavior, but this fear also brings her closer to Kyle. Kyle, who has always been a strong support in difficult times, realizes how much Summer means to him and their feelings deepen. However, their relationship is far from simple. Both have their own pasts and secrets, and their bond is not always smooth. Although Summer can rely on Kyle, can their relationship withstand external tensions, or will their love face new challenges? Claire's resistance. While Summer is trying to draw Claire closer, Claire Summers appears indifferent to her actions. Claire has always kept a certain distance from Summer's problems, trying to appear unaffected. However, her indifference cannot last forever. She begins to feel the strain of seeing Summer increasingly dependent on Kyle, pushing Claire to her limits. As conflicts between Summer and Claire become more apparent, Claire is forced to confront her true feelings. Can she continue to be friends with Summer as her bond with Kyle grows stronger, or will Claire have to face the truth about her own feelings for Kyle? Claire's resistance and the decisions she makes will be crucial turning points in this unfolding story. The rising drama. This situation promises to bring intense moments in upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless. The events surrounding Phyllis, Summer, Kyle, Claire, Jack, Billy, and Michael all create a complex web of dramatic events and critical decisions. Relationships will be tested, and no one can predict how the story will unfold. Can Summer find peace in her relationship with Kyle, or will tensions with Claire push them apart? Can Phyllis regain control of her behavior, or will she make matters worse? This dramatic arc will continue to develop, keeping viewers captivated as they witness a battle of love, family, and loyalty in The Young and the Restless. Michelle Stafford is a businesswoman like her Y and R character Phyllis. Like her The Young and the Restless character Phyllis, Michelle Stafford is a businesswoman. The actress has ventured into the beauty market with her line of skincare products. While Stafford's business is doing well, it's not without its challenges. In 2016, Stafford launched her skincare line Skin Nation. The actress wanted to create organic and natural products that were healthier for the skin. 9 years later, her business is still going strong and growing with the addition of a makeup line. While the success is amazing, it's not without its challenges. Between her role on Y and R and running her own business, Stafford has her hands full. In an interview with Soaps in Depth, the actress opened up about how stressful it can be. "It's so exhausting. I'm not gonna lie," Stafford said. "Because the bigger we become, the more work it is, right? And it's daunting. It really is. It's quite something. But our customers are loyal and they're lovely, and they know that I'm doing this alone. They're very, very sweet." While Stafford doesn't have a team of employees like Phyllis does, she does have her character's ambition. Although she's already busy with Skin Nation, that hasn't stopped her from wanting to further expand the brand. Hair is next, Stafford revealed. "You know, it takes a while to develop a product. I've been working on the makeup for a couple years, and it takes a while to develop something. You want to make sure that you test it long enough. People are spending their money on something, believing in you. You don't want to give them a crappy product. It'll take a while before the haircare line launches. But Stafford will go above and beyond to make sure the product is perfect, and customers will be happy." Summer is concerned about her mom. Is she right? Summer feels that something is wrong with Phyllis. The Young and the Restless concluded Phyllis and Sharon's kidnapping. Chance, Nick, and Billy rescued them. However, Summer feels that Phyllis's nightmare isn't over just yet. Could she be right? Or is she pulling the wool over everyone's eyes? Summer's spidey instincts are kicking in. At the end of the Wednesday, March 19 episode, she told Nick that she thinks something is wrong with Phyllis. She doesn't believe that her mom is out of the woods even though she has been rescued. This suggests that Supergirl will be on the case. When Summer feels unsettled, she doesn't let the idea go. We've already seen how she acts around Claire. Summer hones onto those instincts and doesn't let them go. She feels that Phyllis isn't fine after her kidnapping. She just wants to move on to the next thing in her life. Phyllis was quick to join Billy in their business deal. She was disappointed to find out that he started without her. And is he working alone? The Young and the Restless viewers are split on whether Alan is really Alan, or if he's Martin, taking Alan's place, yet again. If it's the latter, then he's already driven Ashley insane, kidnapped Sharon and Phyllis, and has now set his sights on Tracy. We can't figure out what he'd have against all four of those women. Unless it's not about them. Unless it's about the one person they all have in common. Jack. Ashley and Tracy are Jack's sisters. Sharon and Phyllis are Jack's exes. Martin has already driven Ashley to a split personality. He's put Phyllis on the emotional edge, and he's driven Sharon out of town. Now he's proposed to Tracy, then abandoned her, taking off alone for Paris, telling her to join him later. Is he planning to break her heart there? Why? What if Martin doesn't want to hurt Ashley, Sharon, Phyllis, or Tracy? What if the person he really wants to destroy is Jack? We can think of some boring business reasons for Martin holding a grudge against Jack, or even Jack's father, John. But business reasons are always so dull. Personal is much better. Maybe Martin and Jack once tussled over a woman, with Jack coming out the winner. But what fun is it if it's a woman we never met in a fight we never saw? What if Martin is in cahoots with Patty, the first wife Jack mistreated horribly, who's come back since to get her revenge? It didn't work then. Maybe it will work now. Two fake shrinks going after Jack could be a mind game worth watching.